Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah to all the viewers of Konku TV. It is your usual host, Mamadou Sanu Jallo, on your favorite education program on Konku TV for development. I am Mamadou Sanu Jallo, as usual, and with me is a gentleman, a colleague, who is here to share with us some of his inputs with regards to the topic that we have today. And our topic is the exclusion of commerce and other areas in the tertiary institutions like the Gambia College and the University of the Gambia School of Education. So we have a gentleman here who is an educationist and teacher who is a specialist in the commerce area, and he will share with us his experience with regards to the topic under discussion. Mr. Jao, you are welcome to the program.
Thank you, Mr. Mamadou Sanu Jallo, for the invitation. Definitely, it's indeed a pleasure for me to be here and share my experience with regards to the topic that you have just alluded on. Well, thank you for the invitation, precisely.
And we are pleased to have you here to share with us and to share with our viewers your thoughts about the topic for the program. Mr. Jao, before we get into the topic proper, would you share your educational background with my viewers?
Absolutely. First of all, I am Usman Jao from Madina Talobodo Village, Combo East District, West Coast region. Well, I attended my lower basic school in Basori Lower Basic School, which is from 2005 to 2011. Upon completion my 6 years at the lower Kada, I then moved to Iboro Basic Cycle School in the same year, and then I started my Gabese in 2014. From there, I later moved to Siko Senior Secondary School, where I completed my secondary level, and from there, that is from 2014 to 2018. If you look at the years, that is from 2014 to 2018,
about 4 years.
About 4 years, which shows that there was a particular year when I was a dropout. So this is why I did not complete my school in the expected age. All right. Then from 2018, I later moved to the Gambia College, where I pursued my advanced diploma secondary education, specializing on business management and minoring commerce as a subject. So that was from 2018 and then to 2021. Upon my completion, I later was later enrolled. I was later enrolled in the teaching fraternity under MOPSI, and from 2021 up to date, I am observing my posting as a classroom teacher in the Upper River region. Yes, in the Upper River region. Sure.
Precisely which district?
Yeah, in Sando, which I would say is the best district so far in Upper River region, because I am really enjoying the place.
Indeed, a very long introduction there, and I believe you studied commerce in your senior school.
Absolutely, I was a commerce student in my senior school.
Okay, so at the Gambia College too, you choose to pursue in the commerce field?
Absolutely, commerce is always my dream. This is why immediately after completing my senior school, then I later moved to the tertiary level, which is the Gambia College, where I continue with my commercial areas.
All right, viewers, that is Usman Jao for you. He was a commerce student at the senior school level and also a commerce student at the Gambia College in the year 2018, I believe. 2018 to 2021.
So,
and that made him the right fit, the right not for that bold about the issue we are discussing today. He is a commerce teacher trained in the commercial areas in the Gambia College in the year 2018 to 2020 and currently posted at Sandu Cluster. I believe in Dasilame to be very precise.
Absolutely, Dasilame.
All right, thank you very much. Now, let's get into the topic proper. First of all, at your postings, what subjects do you teach? Do you teach the commerce subjects that you study at the Gambia College, or you were given other subjects that are not in the commercial?
Perhaps that might be the ironical part of it. Upon completion, I was then posted to Dasilame Upper and Senior as agriculture and social and environmental study teacher, and from then up to date, these are the two subjects I'm teaching there.
Oh, okay. You studied commerce at the Gambia College and you specialize in those areas. Now, during your postings, you are posted to a school that I am made to understand is an upper basic school, and in the upper basic school, you don't have commerce field there. So this is why you had to switch from the commerce field to the sciences and also to agricultural science. So don't you think this have some issues or hiccups on your career as a commerce teacher?
Absolutely, it does, because when I was going to observe my posting, it was never clear to me that I would be switching my areas for another area. Yeah, but the circumstances pushed me to go into such activities. Looking at the school that is Dasilame, at my year of postings there, at the time the school was not upgraded to a high school. It was then a basic cycle school. So looking at the area that I specialized, it's an area which was not, if I can say it, it was an area which was needed absolutely in the schools, but not in the basic cycle schools. Because remember, if you go to the basic cycle school, you don't have subjects like business management or commerce or accounting, all right? But when I reached there, the only area that was fit for me is to go to the basic cycle schools, because at the time, those areas, that is the high schools, my area was already full. There was no space for me. So the only option that was given to me is to go in for the basic cycle school, or then I looked for another option. So looking at the time that I have spent at the college and also the experience that I gained there, then I say, wow, as long as I call myself a teacher, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter as to whether I study commerce or I study business management or not, because I know I'm well equipped. I can do it, and absolutely I was able to do it, and I'm still doing it, and I'm proud of it.
Indeed. Thank you for that response. And now we move to some of the challenges that you might face as a teacher switching from the commerce area to the sciences or to the arts, because a teacher would need the methodology, that is the teaching methodology, that at the Gambia College every teacher is trained on the teaching methodology, but also the subject content is very important. And when you are focused on a specialized area at the college, usually you put more focus and more emphasis on the area that you are studying, because your expectations would be that when you are posted in a school, you will be teaching that subject, and you will do everything possible to make sure you have the content knowledge of that subject. Now, what would happen when you are posted to a school, and you are asked to switch from that subject, which you already have an in-depth content knowledge and a very good teaching methodology for that subject, to a different subject? What were some of the challenges that you face as a teacher to adopt to the new subject that you are given that was not your expectation before your posting?
Yeah, Thank you for asking that question. Definitely, it's my first year in that school, more especially in my first days, it was really challenging. But as you already highlighted, the methodologies that the commerce students receive at the college and the methodologies that the English or the science or the history students receive at the college is all the same, because they are all receiving the same courses, which is when you look at classroom management, guidance and counseling, the commerce students were doing the same courses with them. So here, the only problem was switching from being a business management teacher to an agric teacher or a social and environmental studies teacher. So, like you rightly said, it was really hectic on me initially, but I have this belief that nothing comes easy. Even in my areas where I specialize, it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that I know all, but whatever you are doing, you have to make sure that you add more effort, you add more value on what you are doing in order for you to achieve your objective. At the end of the day, remember, every class or every lesson that you have to go in for, you need what we call lesson planning. You have to plan for that lesson. You don't just jump and then you go to class like that. And then away from that, we were taught at the college as to how to make research. So this is why I said it was not easy initially, because it gave me a tough time whereby I have to make more research, because now I'm taking a subject that is new to me. How is the topic
Even
new
though
to me?
you have some knowledge of the subject
Exactly.
in your upper and senior school.
Exactly. But I was not prepared to go in for that subject as a classroom teacher. But with the help of friends and also the admin of the school, I was able to conquer my weaknesses. And this is why, if you go to the school, you look at the track records, not like I'm trying to boast or say any other words.
The records are there to speak for them.
Exactly. So the records can speak their products. Good.
All right. Thank you very much, viewers. This is Usman Jao, who is a commerce specialist teaching other areas in Sandu, Daslamio, now Oban Senior, then Basic Cycle. He is here to discuss with the Education Forum and with you, our reliable viewers, about the challenges that teachers who switch due to certain circumstances that come their way, their career of teaching a commerce subject to arts or to the sciences. So, Mr. Jao, the teacher training program is very important for the development of teachers, both in their profession and also in their methodology. Every teacher would want to upgrade him or herself at certain level to meet the standard requirements for the teaching cadre, and also to meet the requirements for internationally or globally. And in doing that, teachers do go to tertiary institutions that offer teacher training programs, like the Gambia College School of Education, and also you have the University of the Gambia School of Education. As a commerce student who specializes in commerce at the Gambia College, we understand that the Gambia College is not offering those areas anymore, and also the University of the Gambia is not offering subjects like commerce, business management, financial accounting, cost accounting, management. So do you think you have any chance to develop yourself, to equip yourself as a teacher who specializes in the commerce areas in these institutions?
Yes, I will say yes. The reason behind that is, though if you look at the University of the Gambia, for instance, because the Gambia College was offering this course before, and I understand that as of now the program have been suspended. All right, but taking it at the level of the university, I understand that, like, under the School of Education, these courses, or these areas are not in the curriculum, which is business management. Like, on the School of Education,
I think the only one there would be economics.
Economics. I'm coming to that. All right. You have English. If you want, you can major English under the School of Education, but you cannot major business management under the School of Education. You cannot major accounting under the School of Education. You cannot major with financial accounting. And also nowadays, if you look at the commerce as a department, in fact, has been expanded. Where now you have marketing as a subject of its own. You also have insurance. All right.
Yes.
You have all those subjects within the commerce field. So looking at the curriculum, like I just highlighted before, these subjects are not added in it. And now you, as a commerce teacher, for instance, if you also want to upgrade yourself to get at least a degree in those areas, the only option that you can do, you have to leave the education completely, whereby you have to go to the School of Business and Public Administration. All right. And looking at that, by doing so, you are leaving the education sector completely, which is going to affect you in one way or the other. How is it going to affect you? Because remember, under education, this is where you are expected to be trained about what the pedagogical skills that you will use in the class in order to convince students, to teach them those areas. Because as a teacher, there are certain areas that you need to at least be firm on, so that at the end of the day, you'll be able to deliver to expectation. This is why most of the time, though we have very good students that used to graduate under the School of Business and Public Administration. But if you look at them, all right, sometimes in the class, if you are a good observant, those who are freshly graduate from the university and then they are teaching, which is not common though, you will understand that at the initial point they find it very difficult because they lack certain EPS skills in order for them to carry out their teachings and learning, or in order for them to carry out what a conducive teaching and learning environment for the students, because there are certain areas that they are lacking. So it's very important. This subject, that is, these commerce subjects, are included in the curriculum of the School of Education, because by that, the business management teacher who wants to upgrade himself at least will be given the same opportunity that the English teacher is given, or the maths teacher is given under the School of Education, because these subjects are within this the curriculum, that is the school curriculum. If they were not important, I don't think they would have been added in the school curriculum. So I think they have to try and include these subjects in the education curriculum.
Indeed, they need to be included in the education curriculum, and teachers that are teaching commerce, business accounting, cost accounting, insurance should also upgrade themselves at the Gambia College or at the University of the Gambia School of Education, and specialize in those areas in order to improve the education sector, to improve the commerce aspect of the education sector, because you understand the senior secondary schools are offering these different streams. You have a commerce stream, you have a science stream, and you also have arts and humanities. So if the teachers that are teaching commerce is not equipped just like the other areas, then we can say there might be lapses when it comes to the area of commerce. And to remind the viewers, they are watching Konku TV. This is your program that comes your way every Monday from the hours of 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock on Konku TV, the Education Forum. And usually I would be here with my co-host Babukar E. Buso, who is not here in the studios with us today because he has other engagement. And back to Mr. Jao, who has just highlighted some of the issues that commerce teachers face when they want to transition from the either Gambia College or from being a UQ teacher that is teaching in the commerce areas and want to upgrade themselves at the University of the Gambia. They could not, and they have to change fields because It is either those subjects, particular subjects, are not included in the curriculum for teacher training in the University of the Gambia or at the Gambia College, and they are pleading on behalf of his colleague for such subjects to be included in the teacher training curriculum at the University of the Gambia, so that teachers who are teaching these subjects in the senior secondary school can also move to the University of the Gambia to upgrade themselves in the areas that they are already offering. So, Mr. Jao, right now, one can say your chances of going to the Gambia College School of Education and study your area of specialization, that is business management, would be very slim.
That is at the university.
At the University of the Gambia.
Absolutely. The only chance that would be given to me is when I have to leave the School of Education completely.
Or you switch, or you change subject.
Or I change subject.
area,
yeah. So on that, I think I have to dwell more about it, because if you look at the commercial sector in the Gambia previously, let's take probably 7-8 years ago, you will understand that majority of the teachers that were teaching these commercial subjects were foreigners, and we have very good foreigners who are in the teaching system or who are in the education system, but sometimes if you look at their accent, doesn't tally with ours, and usually it affects so many Gambian students. That is at the secondary level. Sometimes, more especially in these calculation subjects like financial accounting and cost accounting, you need somebody who will be speaking to you in a manner that you will understand, or in a tongue that you will understand. Because sometimes if you look at their accent, just like I said, it's always difficult for you to
students
understand.
Find it very difficult to adopt in this
exactly
stage.
So but if you look at, since the Gambia College introduced these commercial subjects in the curriculum, or in their curriculum, you understand that nowadays if you go to the majority of the schools in the Gambia, you find Gambians teachers teaching these commercial areas. And if you look at the performance also, I can tell you that it has increased. It has increased significantly. So I think it's the same thing that has to turn to the university as well. Because looking at my situation currently, I can tell you I got an admission at the university, but not an area that I wanted to specialize. Alright? I have no choice. The only choice that is left with me is to leave the education sector, which I don't want. Alright? So I decided to go in for geography, because geography is available under the School of Education. So the only reasons why I in fact did not start my studies is probably scholarship. Anytime I gain scholarship, I can leave the field, go in for study leave. Alright? So this is it.
Indeed. So it's like when you now move from specializing in commerce, in the commerce area, to geography, you are starting afresh, because right now you are an established commerce teacher, or you have already gained experience. Let's take for an example someone who have taught commerce for over 5 or 6 years, now wants to move to the University of the Gambia and change field, that is from the commerce field to, let's say, the sciences or geography. Now when you move to geography, now the experience that you have gathered along the years, it will be very difficult to transition, to move that to the current area of specialization, because these are two different areas. So it means you have to go back to square one to gain more experience, which will impact your delivery in the classroom. So I think it is very important that the University of the Gambia or the central government itself to look into this issue. I think it is a very pressing issue, because we have our children that are also interested in these commerce areas in the schools, and it is important to have people that are equipped up to the tertiary level to teach these children, because after from the class they are going into the job market, most of them, and when going into the job market you need to be very equipped with the knowledge that you are to gain in your area before being offered an employment in the job market. So Mr. Jao, what is your next move for tertiary education? You highlighted earlier that you have already changed, I understand, but don't you think it would have been more favorable to you when you were moving to the University of the Gambia studying business management, or is it financial accounting?
Business management. That's what I mean. Yes. Coming back to the question, which I have already highlighted before, it's not going to be easy, no matter what. The fact of the matter remains the same. Leaving your areas after gaining some experience in it for some time for another area is always difficult. Alright, because it's just like you are starting from square one, which means that you have to, stand on your feet to see to it that you come over those challenges. And usually it is never easy. You have many of my likes that are switching their areas because of what? They have no choice, or because of the areas that they wanted to study are not available under the School of Education. And it is always difficult. No one will lie to you that this is always easy. Never. It is never easy.
Do you know, commerce is not the only affected area. You have teachers teaching home science. You have others teaching, let's say, arts and craft. And
Exactly.
all these are subjects that are offered at the senior level. We have life skills, still life drawing, and I believe things of this kind should also be included in the teacher training curriculum at the University of the Gambia, or maybe it is in the package for the University of Education that is yet to start.
Yeah, probably. For that one, we cannot just.
Nothing is certain.
It's very good. We are not certain about it. Yeah, that one has been talked about, and we understand that they are working really hard. That is, the higher authorities working really hard to bring what the Gambia Teacher University. All right. So probably when that comes into reality, maybe these problems that we are talking about, or these challenges that we are talking about here, might be solved. But until then, we have a long way to go, because it is not easy. Definitely, switching from one area to another, it's always difficult, because the management teachers or the accounting teachers also need to have their degree in their own area of specialization. Yes, definitely, this has to be done.
Indeed, thank you very much, Mr. Jao. We almost exhausted the time for this program, but before we take a leave of you, you are reminded you are watching the Education Forum on Konku TV. You can follow us on our social media handles. We are available at Facebook at Konku TV, and also on YouTube at Konku TV. It was your host, Mr. Mamadou Sanu Jallo, and in the absence of my co-host, Honorable Babukar Iye Buso, who is not able to join us today due to some issues, but in the next program he will be with us, inshallah. Mr. Jao, before we close the program, your last words for this program to the viewers.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Mamadou Jallo, for honoring me as the guest speaker on this important topic. Definitely, it's really a pleasure for me to be here, just like I highlighted in my introduction. And I thank you all the viewers. This is the Gambia. It's our Gambia. It's no one's Gambia, but it's ours. So we have to stand, and then we see that we bring the Gambia into what we really want. I thank you all.
Thank you very much. And teachers out there, postings is out. You can check on the usual way on, I believe, on QCell. So it is a bye from us, and till we come your way next week on the same time on the same platform.